Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So, according to Jez Corden, next generation Xbox is not going to be a console, it's not going to be a hybrid of a PC and a console, it's just going to be a PC. Yes, you heard that right. There's been quite a lot of leaks and speculation in the past months regarding what that next gen Xbox is going to be all about. There were quite a lot of information about next Xbox being this hybrid machine, like still a console, but more open like PC with extra apps and that kind of stuff, right? And that was my understanding of that new Xbox, right? But obviously the information was scarce. So now we've got more information about next gen Xbox. And according to Jess Corden, yes, next gen Xbox is going to be a full blown PC. But obviously it's not going to be, maybe obviously it's going to be more compact and maybe limited in terms of upgrades, hardware upgrades, but when it comes to functionality, it's going to be a PC. You will be able to run a full blown Windows operating system on it. And that also explains how they are planning to allow Steam, Epic, and other digital stores on that console, right? Because it's just going to be a standard Microsoft Windows machine, probably running Windows 12 by the time it's going to release. I would imagine it's not going to be Windows 11, although who knows? I still not sure when Windows 12 is launching. So who knows? They may start with Windows 11 and then move to Windows 12 later. I mean, that did happen with Xbox One, although Xbox One and current gen Xbox obviously is just running the Windows kernel, and the dashboard is just its own thing, right? While with next gen Xbox is going to be a full blown PC, full blown Windows, just like Xbox Rogue Ally, right? I mean, if you look at that machine, I was back then, I was like, okay, so this is more like a PC device, and Xbox is still going to be its own thing. No, looks like that's not really going to be the thing. Looks like next gen Xbox is going to be like that Xbox Rogue Ally. And obviously, it's going to be as a home console, not a handheld. But from operating system perspective, from um, openness of the Windows system, that's really going to be the same thing. Obviously, with number of improvements and that kind of stuff, because there's been a number of complaints about the new Windows operating system on Xbox Ally. But yeah, that's how it's going to be. So it kind of explains why Microsoft is not really taking much care in promoting current gen Xbox and that kind of stuff, because they are literally are moving away from consoles. Because what is a console and what is a PC? Well, in few words, console is more curated and more it's closed environment where everything is controlled, licensed. You have to go through to buy games, you have to go through like Xbox or PlayStation or Nintendo, and they get their money, selling new games like each copy, right? Because everything goes through Xbox. With Windows, that's not really the case, right? So I don't know how they're going to be making money on that thing. Trying to convince you to use Windows Store. Good luck with that, right? But anyway, that's the big difference. On Windows, you can install whatever you want. How many applications you want, and that's not really the case on Xbox or any other console, right? I mean, that's a big difference from operating system point of view. From games point of view, consoles usually, well, console versions of games usually run better, not necessarily in terms of frames per second, but they are more optimized. They have less bugs in general. These games usually are more stable, not like free of issues, of course, right? But they usually are they are, well, they are less prone to crashes, etc., etc. Right? On PC, that's not always the case. Like usually the PC versions, because of the number of different configurations developers have to optimize for on PC. Well, obviously it's much harder to make sure that that particular game works well on every single configuration under the sun, right? So it's much easier to optimize for a set specs, set hardware, and it's pretty simple, right? From user perspective, obviously you just turn on the console, you just update the console once for a while, run some updates on the game which are automatic anyway, and you enjoy the game. I mean, worst case scenario, you play with performance, graphics, ray tracing modes, and that's it. On PC, it's usually well, more complicated, I guess, but usually games come with some default settings. But obviously, if you want to change it, you've got that ability. You've got that option, right? So what I'm trying to say, also going above hardware specs and operating system, let's move on. What does it mean for developers? It means that developers moving forward, they will not be making games for next gen Xbox anymore. And I'm sure that you like, what? I mean, how is it possible? I mean, yeah, Microsoft is working on a new one, right? Yes, but it's a PC. So basically, games for next gen Xbox are the PC versions of games, right? I mean, the only, I guess, extra work that developers will have to go through will be making sure that certain settings are best for that particular device, right? So when it comes to like that Microsoft Xbox device, which will have certain specs, I'm sure that developers will come up with some best settings, recommended settings for that particular hardware, right? So I'm sure that they will be making sure that their game works fine on that particular hardware. But that still is going to be a PC game, not Xbox game, if you know what I mean. It will run the PC code, it will run on Windows, not Xbox. Now, I'm still not sure how they're going to handle the Xbox store, but looks like they will be, I guess. I don't want to say that they will, um, you know, I don't think they will make Xbox and Windows stores as one. I mean, there's Play Anywhere, I guess. But moving forward, they will be releasing more and more games on Windows Store. Obviously, until this generation, well, as long as they support this generation of consoles, developers will still be making games on Xbox, but only Xbox Series S X versions, right? Next gen stuff, it's all PC now, right? I mean, not now, like probably starting late 2027. So from developers perspective, yeah, I guess it's going to be easier for them. They won't have to work on Xbox versions of games, except Xbox Series S and X for a certain time after the new hardware will launch. I don't know how long that's going to take, like 3-4 years. I mean, as long, I mean, so we'll see. But genuinely speaking, next gen Xbox is just going to be a PC where you will be able to switch between like a Xbox dashboard kind of user interface and full blown Windows. So really, I'm actually even looking forward to it because I will be able to use it as both Xbox and PC, so both as a console and PC. So we'll see. So obviously they still have a lot of work to do, but it's a totally different approach to what Nintendo and PlayStation do. And will it work? We'll see. I don't think Microsoft is expecting to sell a lot of these boxes. I think that moving forward, Microsoft is thinking more about like just delivering best Windows experience possible. Looks like they are thinking more about like competing with Steam, Epic than PlayStation at this point, right? Consoles are just like they don't care anymore. They want to go full steam ahead on Windows gaming, on PC gaming. But I'll tell you right now, it's not going to be easy for them because, you know, when they said that it's difficult to compete with PlayStation at this point because they have monopoly. I mean, on PC they've got Steam, which is the leader when it comes to games sold and that kind of stuff. But they also have Epic. They also have GOG is small. They also have what else do they have? Well, they have Blizzard. They own, I guess. I wanted to say about the Battle.net, but there's Ubisoft Store, there's EA Store, and etc. etc. Right, so there's more companies competing for that piece of pie, I guess. But looks like Steam is winning for the most part, to be honest with you. So yeah, that's new Xbox, guys. New Xbox is just going to be a PC, not a hybrid of a console and PC, just a PC with a advanced and better Xbox app, which you already have on your PCs. But I guess the next gen version of it is just going to be better and offering more games. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.